If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
A number of questions come in through social media platforms, email, the whole deal. Kim asks, I've got an indoor seeding starting question. Plants are coming up and they're under grow lights. Do I still need to use a warming pad or heat mat, or can I remove that and use it to start other seeds?
No, you don't have to keep that heat pad there. The heat pad is just basically, especially if you're growing in like a basement or a room that's a little bit cooler, to help that germination.
If you do not remove the heat pad, heat mat, it can cause, even with adequate light, the plants to be a little more leggy than they normally would.
Okay, so newbie here, my hubby and I are experimenting with him with soil, me with soil, him with hydro. We built a raised bed, 4x4 by 16, and filled it with garden soil from a local nursery, topped it off with compost. I plan to put some early growth tomato seedlings in it soon. Would it be too much to add some summer squash, zucchini plants between them? I have a house rabbit, and I will have plenty of season-long pellets to add if needed. Just worried about crowding roots. So
you're looking at 16 square feet. 4 to 5 tomato plants is going to be more than enough. Remember, these plants are going to take 2 to 3 foot because you've got good nutrient-rich soil. These plants are going to fill out that 4 by 4 foot bed. Really, 4 tomatoes is about all you can put in that bed, 1 in each corner. If you try to put anything else, you're going to crowd an additional tomato plant. You may be able to squeeze the 5th one in there, like a diamond shaped, or 5, 4 1/4, 1 on each corner and 1 in the center. But if you're going to do a zucchini plant, it's not going to work because the zucchini plant needs a lot of air circulation and it's going to overtake. So just stick with 4 plants. You're going to be more than happy with the production you get off of those tomato plants.
So I just transplanted my starts 3 days ago. They all now look sad. Well, it'll take a few days for them to perk back up after the roots set. Yeah, and after you transplant your starts, you always want to water them. That's going to help prevent any sort of shock.
Yeah, they will go through a shock. We talked about it earlier in the program. We want minimal movement of these plants. If we can start them in one container and keep them in that container or anything like that in order for the plants, party cup, root maker tray, and we just plant them there and then transplant them in the garden, that's good. We don't want to continue to move these things around as much as possible. Johnny asks, I'm confused about sometimes hearing that you are able to plant things as soon as the soil can be worked. I live here in southeast Wisconsin as well. I have everything prepped for planting as the ground is thawed. Can I sow radishes, beet seeds right away, even though the seed packet says you should wait until the frost is over? Thanks. The answer is yes. You can plant radishes and beets and colder temperatures, 26 to 31 degrees. It may burn the foliage if it does germinate, but it will not kill those plants, or broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, chard, lettuce, mustard, onions, and turnips. The colder temperatures plants are really hardy, below 26 degrees, and that's beets, Brussels sprouts, carrots, collards, kale, parsley, and spinach. So go ahead and plant them as soon as the soil can be worked, even though the seed packet says wait. Some of these plants are daylight sensitive, which means they will go to bolt when the daylight gets too long, the days get too long. So get them in the ground as soon as possible. The question that comes in from Rose is, should I till or not till, and how deep should I till? We covered reasons why we choose not to till our garden last week. So we're going to go out to Ben Bartley. He is from Standard Process Farms. Standard Process is your trusted whole food supplement manufacturer for over 90 years. To help identify the best supplements for you, find your local healthcare professional today. Go to standardprocess.com/patient.
Hi, this is Ben Bartlett with the Standard Process Organic Farm. Today we have a question from Rose in Philadelphia, which is really a popular topic these days. To till or not to till? So I grew up, as many people did, believing that the best way to prepare your garden is to work the soil until it's really fine and easy to plant into. What we're starting to recognize, though, is that overworking the garden through tillage has consequences in disturbing the microbiology, and then it limits the amount of nutrients that crop can actually take up out of the soil. So if you till, make sure you try to work some kind of crop crop, cover crop, or grass into the soil first. It feeds the biology, provides nutrients for the next growing crop, and then helps keep the biology healthy. We're destroying their home every time we till, so we want to give them the opportunity to rebuild their house. So I realized that Rose asked a question about tilling depth, and the general answer, if you're going to till, is 3 to 5 inches at the most. Deeper tends to disturb what's called the soil B horizon. And then sometimes you have to work deeper if you've got a hard pen, if you've been working that ground for a long time. But really, if you can do things without tillage, adding compost, working what's called a lasagna garden where you build layers with leaves, that's the best option. And then that helps reduce the amount of compaction that can happen to that soil. It improves your garden crop.
Fantastic information on tilling and not tilling.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.